Hey, friends. So I was thinking about a real life story that happened in my family. I used to share the story all the time when I was online for my sorority, and we would get a good laugh out of it, right? Now, the story goes like this. When I was younger, teenager, I don't know, my grandmother stayed with my aunt and uncle for a while. And at one point, she ran up their phone bill. Now, mind you, this was back when we actually used landlines and long distance cost money, right? Or cost extra, I should say. And so she ran up their phone bill to like $200 or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but it was in the hundreds. And they went to her and were like, "Yo, you ran up this phone bill. What are you going to do?" And she said, "The Lord will provide." And then I would pause because people would say, "Well, what happened?" And I would say, "They kicked her out." And everybody would laugh and stuff like that. But when I actually reflect on it, she wasn't wrong. She wasn't wrong. Now let's make it make sense, because here's the thing. We often get into spaces and places in our lives, and I'm going to speak in I statements. So I often get to places and spaces in my life where I'm just like, "Oh my gosh, this is overwhelming to me." For instance, real life scenario, our refrigerator broke down right before Thanksgiving. And I was like, "What are we going to do?" Right? What are we going to do? Oh my gosh, we got this food in here. Everything's going to go bad. What's going to happen? And then you want to know what happened? There was a cold snap. And so we're blessed to have balconies, and we had storage containers. So we just put the food in the storage containers and right out on the balcony. Lord provided a refrigerator. Now, also too, when went to go look at new refrigerators, I was like, these cost an arm, leg, a thigh, and a wing. But you want to know something? We were able to get it. Now, did we want to spend that money? No, definitely not. But we were able to. And what I realized in that moment is that the Lord does provide. Now, let's flash back to the story about my grandma. I can't recall, I don't remember any time that their phone got cut off for lack of paying the bill. Some way, somehow, there was provision where they were able to pay off whatever debt that they had. Now, what I feel in my heart to share with you behind this is that we need to start looking at things not through the lens of worldly, oh my gosh, or depression or anxiety and all those things. And I know it's easier said than done because I've lived every single stage of that and I've definitely experienced it. But listen here. Check your past if you want to know about your future. Every single thing that you've come against, or every single thing that has come against you, you figured a way out. Not only just you figuring a way out, but God providing. Another story, a friend of mine, heating went out during this cold snap. And you want to know what happened? And of course, I was like, "Well, come over here. It's too cold. What's happening?" And she was like, "No, it's fine. We already called the guy to come out and we're going to get a replacement heater, but it costs like $600 or $700. And I was like, "Oh gosh," right? But you want to know the blessing behind that? I told her there would be a time where all you would have is blankets if somebody told you $600, $700, because ain't no way, right? However, they had it. Maybe they had to lean into a credit card. Maybe they had to, redistribute some funds or things like that, but they had it, right? That's what we need to start focusing on. Instead of focusing in on the deficit and the, oh my gosh, how are we going to make this work? Start focusing in on how God came through for you each and every time and provided in the space where you felt like you weren't going to be able to get through. And that is how you dictate and find faith for the future. That's a lot of F's in a good way. So that's it. And that's my testimony. Grandma might have gotten kicked out, but the bill was paid. Refrigerator might have broke down, but we were able to replace it and we were able to save our food in the meantime. Heater might have went out, but we were able to get it replaced. So whatever it is you're going through, look logically is what I receive for every single time that God has come through for you in the past, and trust and believe that he will come through for you in the future. We're not going to like it, but it is possible. That's it. Bye.